For Biafra must be restored, for there is nothing the enemies can do about it. We have come that the will of the Most High may prevail. Radio Biafra is unorthodox. The way we do things are markedly different from how others do it. We are under divine instruction. We have come that Chukwokika Biama may take control of these very proceedings this evening, for we are nothing without him. O Elohim, Chukwokika Biama Purimihanine, unto thee we repose all that we are. Do not allow your children, IPOB, to be put to shame. Do not allow us to be devoured by the hands of the wicked. Do not allow us, O mighty one, to fall prey to those who do not know thee. You will deliver us, not because we are righteous, but because of your mercy. Hear our cry and our supplication. We are not armed. We have not killed anyone. We have not jailed anyone. We have not done anything at all to warrant the level of destruction and carnage being visited upon your children. The same way Israel suffered, so is Biafra suffering today. And if you, Elohim, can deliver Israel, so will you deliver Biafra. That is our hope. That is our anchor of everything that we hold dear as a race and as a people. You brought Biafra that light may come into Africa. You gave us hope, because we are in a continent of hopelessness. And by thy grace, Biafra shall be restored. We shall be resurrected. We shall crown our efforts with the glory by the grace of the Most High himself. We are not strong. We do not pretend to be strong. All we do is to submit ourselves to your will, that your will may be done upon our lives. We have lost many people. We have lost so many good people. Their sacrifice will never be forgotten. We shall honor them, and for their sake Biafra will come. Israel lost people, and today Israel is here as a beacon of hope in a land filled with darkness. We beseech thee, O Elohim, because we are wandering all over the world, hoping against every hope that things will turn around for the better. It has never turned around for the better. Instead, it is getting worse. Please do not abandon your children. You have given us a commission, and we must accomplish it in our lifetime. We have come to honor your holy name. We have come to praise thee. We have come to honor thee, that your name may be glorified, adored, and praised forever and ever. He said.
Good evening, fellow comrades and lovers of freedom. This is Biafra Radio, and today is the 22nd of September, year of our Lord, 2024. And today is a very significant day in our lives. Those still believe in this wonderful movement and stand in the gap and side by side with our leader. This is Biafra Radio, which is the official mother station of IPOB worldwide. And tonight, we are doing something that is very significant in our lives. As you can see in this banner here, it says that Biafra Radio USA 1. Tonight, we are unveiling it to Biafrans. And there's a whole lot of things that's going to happen here tonight. I'm not the anchor tonight. I'm just supporting our brother Mazi, Emeka, that is going to be taking us through this particular broadcast this evening. My job here is to present this to Biafrans, and he will do the justice, and the whole lot of us that are in the studio tonight, that's going to lend their own voice. But like I said, it's 17 minutes on top of the hour, 9 p.m. here in United Kingdom, presumably the same in the Holy Land of Biafra. And there's so many technical issues, but we persevere because we are Biafrans. So without taking any more of your time, most of you knows me. My name is Mazi George Marizaya, United Kingdom. As one of the principal servants of indigenous people of Biafra, humble, cool, and fanatical, to whom our leader Mazi Nandekano, our humble servant, he calls himself. And I'm going to present you with Mazi Emeka, a whole lot of others that are going to join us in the studio to give their own perspective tonight. Tonight is just unveiling Biafra Radio USA 1. That is why we are convening here tonight. And all you need to do is to share this broadcast. Our app is acting out probably as we progress in this program. Probably we're going to turn it on, but for some reason, we have not been able to hook up with our app. I've tried everything I can. I cannot allow me to go live on air. So, but everybody knows that our app is Biafra Radio. Go to Google app, type it on. Our leaders, past broadcast there, the fresh broadcast we are broadcasting, like as we're preparing on Tuesday. Remember, the case between Biafrans and the Nigerians are coming up again on the 24th of this month. Our leader will be again in the Abuja Federal High Court. But one thing is certain, after this exercise, that what's going to happen, that Biafra must surely come, whether they like it or not. So I will bring Mazi Emeka, our USA Biafra Radio 1, bro. He's the presenter, and he's going to introduce himself. Mazi, take the stage, please, and introduce yourself.
Thank you, Mazi Umeh.
Speak louder, please.
It is with honor and privilege that I address Biafrans today and IPOB members all over the universe. It is the maiden launching of our Radio Biafra USA 1.
No, Biafra Radio, not Radio Biafra. Sorry, Mazi. Biafra Radio. Sorry.
Biafra Radio USA 1. I'm sorry. It is with great interest that I get involved in this great engagement. This program will be developed by Biafrans in the United States, Europe, and all over the world. It is going to be a great journey. And this journey is going to be developed over time. The right of return of our people. This right of return is a poignant reminder of the journey our people have taken since Nigeria was created in 1914. And this journey has not been favorable to our people. We see this journey as our failure as a people in the passage of time. Why do I say that? From the creation of Nigeria as a nation, our people have been on the wrong sides of this union. And it has not been easy for our people. It is a recurrent consistency of a bad dream that refuses to go away. A dream that reminds us of bad inheritance, and a nightmare that reminds us that our children are being cultured into servitude of tomorrow through miseducation, misdirection, and outright lies and deception. No people will tamely surrender their liberties, nor can any be easily subdued when knowledge is diffused and virtue is preserved. On the contrary, when people are universally ignorant and debauched in their manners, they will sink under their own load without the aid of foreign invaders. The fundamental weapon of any colonial power is to detach you from your history. When this happens, the most efficient method to reconnect and study your history is to speak and have mastery of your language. Through this journey of right of return, two great leaders have emerged. These two leaders follow different structure of reestablishing their people. Our first leader, General Odumegwu, responded to what stumbled on him. And in so doing, it wasn't actually what he prepared to. What he succeeded in doing was to protect the genocidal destruction or annihilation of the evils that befell them. We struggled for 3 years to prevent the annihilation or genocidal destruction of our people. That war was not lost. It was shelved because of the massive genocide brought upon the people of Biafra from world powers of United States of America, British, United Kingdom, and their allies. The massacre was immense and tremendous, but in the end, we find a way to stop that genocide. We are now in the second phase of this return. Our leader, Mazi, in his struggle with this pilgrimage, our leader had what I will describe as an epiphany. He understood this epiphany very well. I remember him saying that if he were not called for this cause, he will give it up. And another person will take it over. But for the simple reason that this is a call, he has shouldered it immensely with a lot of testicular fortitude in this battle. And along the way, he has also has great premonition in this battle. He has delved into great following of those who either did not understand or comprehend what the entire journey is all about. I've heard a lot of people who claimed that they had from Onyendu the purpose of this journey. But the question is, they had it, did they understand the journey? I would say profoundly no. This journey is not understood by a lot of people who are engaged in this struggle. Now, what do I mean by not understanding the epiphany that our leader has embraced? Let me paint a picture, a very brief picture of what this epiphany is all about. When we understand the program, or when we understand an undertaking, what is usually involved is getting a great understanding. And what does it mean to have a great understanding of your project? If, for instance, we are living in a story building and we have intention of adding a third floor, what do we do to make sure that we have a great knowledge of what we are trying to do? We go under that building in the first floor and scrape off the ceiling of the first floor, looking up at the decking on which we want to build a new platform on top. When we do that, we have a clear vision, a clear view of that decking. When we look at it, we study it if that floor will be capable or strong enough to take the additional building we want to put on top of it. We study it carefully because we are standing under that roof. When we so apply everything, every knowledge that we know, and then come out we can say that we have a clear understanding of the foundation on which we want to build. So if we have to understand what Onyendu is doing and what he professed to do, we must go to the foundation of the epiphany he has and then come out to say, now we understand where we are going with this journey. We understand where he is taking us to. We have conducted a thorough research of what prompted him or what the entire epiphany is all about. Having done this, now the time comes when we have to apply the research we conducted in progressing into adding the second floor. That way, we have inner standing of what we're about to do. And when this is properly understood and we continue the journey with him, it doesn't terminate when we complete this second structure. It progresses beyond what we're about to do because we have to pass this epiphany on to somebody else or to children yet unborn. All we are doing now is laying a blueprint of the entire vision along Onyendu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told us several times, I remember he said it twice, that Biafra will be built for 75 years, day and night. That is a clear statement of his vision, a clear statement of the epiphany. He is not telling us to start building Biafra. We are not in position to do that. But we are in position to apply a elaborate thinking process that will guide us into laying a blueprint for the building of this epiphany he had. But along the way, it is not structured that this journey is going to be smooth. He has gotten different types of premonition way back from 2012, and that journey still continues. The question before us today is, do we understand that journey? I do not know if we truly understand that journey. Along the way, this journey has consistently torn us apart because different individuals have different views of this journey, to the point that most of our people who think that they comprehend it, they know better, or they have different ideas, have developed in the process what I will describe as cranial rectal inversion syndrome. This journey is beyond most of us, to the point that we think we can do it better, that we have different directions, but we don't have the message. The message was given to somebody to lay the foundation, and the following to build this edifice we call Biafra dream. In the right of return, which is a program that will be developed over time, we have had a whole lot of things involved in this journey. I see it, if I have to define it, as a wave of incidents or occurrences with the passage of time in the rite of passage. We have, as time has it, seen this struggle when we think that our leader has taken 4 steps. Circumstances that occurred within the premonition of this movement return us 5 steps. I look at the situation where a willful ignorance of our people is measured in different ways. Not that we are bad people. Our people are not bad people. But our people find ourselves in a situation where forces that knows us more than we know ourselves, that understand us better, that have delved into us, changed who we are, yet we don't comprehend it. If you want to destroy a people, you go through several cultural annihilation. Our people were culturally destroyed before we know what has come in our way. The foundational weapon of any colonial power is to detach people from their history. And when this happens, the most efficient method to connect and study your history again, or to bring it back to order, is to have mastery of your language. But our language is destroyed. Our history. Before they destroy our language, before they get to our history, I mean to say, they approached our language, destroyed it, and gave us a foreign language that we do not understand, we do not comprehend. That means nothing to us. And when this has happened, they are according to Chinua Achebe, he said they are very smart. They are very smart. When your history is removed, you don't comprehend, you don't remember who you are. Your language has been emasculated. Your language has been distorted. Your language becomes incomplete. You cannot think in any other language and accomplish anything of reason. One thing comes to my mind when I look at this destruction. The Japanese speak a different language. The Koreans speak a different language. The Russians, a different language. The English people have their language. The question is this: how come the same people with different languages have the same thought process and accomplished the same goal? The cars they build is functional. The machines, production machines, works effectively. The airplanes fly. All these people accomplished these great feats in their language, not collaborating with any other language, but in their language. The Japanese in particular, the Chinese, the British, produced the same machinery, speaking different languages, thinking differently, but arrived at the same goal. What have we done wrong? Why can we not accomplish the same thing they accomplished? Are we thinking differently? Are we doing anything wrong? These are areas of interest to our people. These are things our people to take cognizance of. Enyendu has made it very clear to us that the way we think is of great importance to us. Thinking is not an easy feat. When people think differently in their language, they hear everything in their language. They communicate tasks in their language. It becomes meaningful to them. Even though our forebears, our ancestors, never documented a whole lot of their wisdom and their knowledge, we have been the type that pass our knowledge by word of mouth. We've never documented it. But the people who colonized us knew all these things. The Igbo cultural narrative from Chinua Achebe has been translated into numerous languages and dialects all over the world. But not in Igbo. Things Fall Apart is not translated in Igbo language. That is our culture. That is a belief, but we don't hear it in our language. When these great colonizers came to our people, they came with their religion, telling us that our own religion is inferior. We accepted it. The Bible they brought to us has been translated into our language over a period of time. But no science textbook has been translated into Igbo language. The way we think, the way we communicate, and the way we see issues and the way we solve our problems is of great importance in this journey. The rite of passage, the rite of return. Our great leader, Mazi, has taken a great stride in unifying the cultural people we call the Igbos. When we look into this, we can find out that our origin, the origin of Igbo people, did not commence from the movement of the Jewish people from Israel to the western coast of Africa. When we examine the map of Africa in the 16th century and 17th century, when you look at the area of West Africa, it was originally called the, the Empire of Judea. I think so, yeah. The Empire of Judea. Did the history of the Igbos start at that very period? I don't think so. Because our leader has told us time without number. And when I undertook to examine who we are, I find out that greater part of the Igbos are ancient people, very ancient people. Our history did not start from trans-Saharan slave trade or the transatlantic slave trade. Our people has been existing for a very long time. These people who colonized us know us better than we know ourselves. They understand us more than we understand ourselves. And there are certain things pertaining to our people that we do not understand, but they understand it very well. When we look into this very procedure in right of return, I will encourage those of you who are interested in developing this particular study and who are interested in looking into it, there is a scientific nature of our people that we do not understand. But looking into it, I find out there is what was extracted from our people that was planted within the culture of the West. People may look into what they call the noetic science. Some people say our religion supersedes everything we do. No. Our religion is there, our spirituality is there. And all this, with a consciousness, are imbibed in noetic science. Noetic. When you examine this principle, which has been a part of science exclusively studied by the West, noetic science has been in place from, if I remember, 1902. Yes, I think so. When you look at it, the spirituality and the consciousness of noetic science has a great imprint of our people all over it. When we look at it, we can understand that noetic science, direct and immediate access to knowledge beyond what is available to our normal senses and the power of reason. When we look at science and things it does, the question comes up as to how and when does science come into place? Is that of a particular genetic makeup? Those of you who study the Bible will agree with me that in time of Exodus, the children of Israel, when they were moving into the promised land, when it became imperative that God gave them knowledge to build the ark, the Bible told us that God gave wisdom to particular individuals as to how to build the ark, what material to use, the dimensions, and how to engrave gold on top of wood. People were given this knowledge, and it happened. Has it stopped? Is it relegated to a particular genetic makeup or a particular hue of people? The answer is no. The answer is no. So we are still within the growth of these things. The intelligentsia of our people are not the very smart. They are not. But they have been so pronounced that we thought that that's the way it should be. But it's not. Mazi Umeh, can somebody hold while I take a break for 2 minutes? I'll be back.
Thank you very much, Mazi, Emeka. Definitely, as we all know, tonight is a wonderful night, and our anchor for Radio Biafra Radio 1, Mazi Emeka Iwu, has been, laying out his vision towards the right of return. So, but as he may, we got a couple of our comrades on the studio. I'm going to bring them to introduce themselves, to give their own perspective on this very day that is significant in our lives. I'll bring them in for introductory purposes and a word of advice and direction towards this very project that we are embarking upon this evening as we are going forward. We have German house is full here. Mazi Takan is here, our head of finance, and Germany national coordinator, Obonia Abraham, is here as well. So I'll give the stage to you guys to introduce yourselves. Mazi Kanunta, if you will take the stage. Mazi Emeka, if you can hear me, I just brought in our comrades that are in the studio for them to do the introductory. Then after that, you can carry on with your vision. Mazi Kanunta, please. Can you introduce
Thank you
yourself?
very
I
much.
think Mamanya is there and Obunia. So you guys can go on, please. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mazi Umeh and Mazi Emeka Iwabu. It's a pleasure to be here tonight. And my name is Kanu Takano. I will say in a simple language, I strongly encourage listening to Biafra Radio to hear something we haven't heard before. And on this platform, we preach, and we will continue to preach the gospel of Chukwu Kikabiama. I will say welcome to Biafra Radio USA 1, being anchored by Mazi Emeka Iwabu. It's a privilege for me to be here, and I pray that you told the footsteps of others who are still in this program, who are still anchoring in various locations, like Good Evening London and Good Night South Africa. I pray you join the same suit to do the needful. And in this very platform, we'll preach the gospel of Elohim, like always. It's a pleasure for me to be here. I will say Mazi Emeka Iwabu. Welcome on board. Thank you very much, Mazi Umeh, from Germany. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mazi Ndewo. Thank you. Thank you. Mazi, I think Madamanya is here. And sorry, I don't know what's happened here. So, Madamanya.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening, everybody. My name is Mrs. Inen Nayanya, and by the special grace of Chukwuokike Abịama, I am the head of finance IPOB worldwide. Today, the launching of our Biafra Radio USA 1 is a very good one. To join with the others that we have already broadcasting. So this one is coming from USA, which is good. And I want to commend Mazi, Emeka, for taking up this assignment, and the others too that have been broadcasting. And on Biafra Radio, here we speak nothing but the truth. That's what it is, not like the others. So I encourage everybody to endeavor to tune in, especially those in the USA, because the thing is now the ball is now in their courts. So I don't have much to say than to encourage everybody to do the needful, to tune in and listen, so that the gospel Biafra restoration will continue. Day one from Germany. Good evening from here.
Yeah, thank you very much. Mazi Ogbonna, if you can please introduce yourself, and if you can hear Mazi Ogbonna.
Yes, good evening to you all. Good evening, everybody from here, Germany. My name is Obedna Abraham from Germany. Happy to be in your midst today. Thank you, Umeh. Thank you, Mazi, Emeka. I have nothing more to say but to encourage each and every one of us to keep on doing the right thing at the right time. Many are called, but few are chosen. There is a road that leads to destruction, but many follows that road. But the road that leads to the righteousness and to life is only few people that can be able to locate and find it. With this little opportunity, I want to encourage each and every one of us who is doing the right thing to keep on fighting the right fight, believing that soon we will reach the promised land. And I pray that God, who have kept us to this moment, will also guide us and protect us from the evil ones, because we know that they are always everywhere. But I encourage us never to be afraid. If the Lord is with us, who can be against us? Keep on moving. The arrow that they wish fire to us, the grace of God, the angel of God will guide and protect us. I pray that each and every one of us will remain in good health and keep on until the day we shall reach the promised land. Thank you so much. I remain Obena Abraham from Germany.
Thank you very much, Maz. Thank you. You've spoken well. Mazi, Chair, can you introduce yourself to Biafrans, please?
Ndewo Mazi Umeh and Mazi Emeka Iwa. May God continue to guide you guys, and as you present this message of Chukwuokike Abịama to all our people, may God continue to give you the knowledge. My name is Chiezoku Tochukwu. I'm the regional coordinator of IPOB in US here, Eastern region. And I say kudos to all IPOB members in the United States. And I say may you all continue to listen. Even those outside United States should be listening, because this is where we preach the gospel of truth. We only speak truth here, and nothing else. And we on this radio, whenever Mazi comes up on this radio, I tell you, you'll be happy to listen to him, and you'll be happy to, or you'll be glad that you did. Day one. May God continue to bless every one of us. Day one, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Mazi, Emeka, as our people have given their perspective, so I was just going to give you personally, I've already introduced myself, everybody knows me. And the point is that tonight is very, very significant in our life. And it is important that our people understand the enormous sacrifices that are gone beyond the scene to make sure that things are being done the way it should be. And there's one goal, like Mazi Takana has mentioned. As Biafra Radio has taken that mantle of mouthpiece of Biafrans, and where we worship, and without unequivocally tonight, I'm saying that as the bet of right return has emerged, we have late night South Africa, anchored by Barrister Onora, myself here, United Kingdom, with Good Evening London, as Umeh, and now we'll have USA, Biafra Radio USA 1, and we're anchoring now that the man himself that with the microphone tonight, Mazi make you wow. So Biafrans must understand one thing, and one thing is only, that is for the educational purposes and to redirect our people to the right path. So I indulge you tonight, everybody to, come on board. It is not easy, but this time has exposed a lot of people, including myself. The strength of our people, everybody's weak point has been exposed. So, but the story will be told as we go forward. But the most important thing tonight is that Biafra Radio USA 1 is born. We're not going back on this. And our schedules for programs already, because of their time zone, is different. Or apparently it goes with Biafran time, so people should tune in, listen, to be fair, So Mazi, I will give you the stage and try to get your vision out there before we wrap up. At least another 20 minutes, we should be wrapping up, right? Thank you.
Thank you, Mazi. Over time, we will examine the effects of this legacy of historical injustice and documented suffering on the politics of the present in the life of the Igbos. In so doing, we have our leader still in detention in Nigeria, not for any crime committed. The court system in Nigeria has examined the charges against him and discharged and acquitted him, pronouncing that no other court in the land can put him through any form of justice or any form of trial. Yet, they hold him there. That tells us a lot. Without making any statement, we know that the invisible hands that are keeping our leader is very prominent and highly punctuated. Let us look at some of the difficulties or some of the premonitions that have come the way of our leader. And the hindrances that have plagued this difficult time. The greatest of it all is the inquest into our history as a people and our identity. When you think that the identity of a people or the cultural heritage of a people does not hinder the progression of who those people are, I will tell you, look at the Biafrans. We are a people that are highly honored wherever we go. I remember in my practice, somebody called me and asked me a question that I find difficult to answer, even though I know the answer, but I couldn't give him the answer. He told me that you Igbos are highly intelligent people, very productive, very resourceful. When you walk by yourselves, when 3 or 4 of you are put together, it diminishes who you are. Why is it so? I told him, do you want me to answer it? He said, yes. I said, the answer is, I don't know. How did you find out? He looked at me and told me he didn't know. That's a great answer. But we know actually what they did. I didn't want to go into their history. I know the level of colonial destruction and replacement of our history and language with something imaginary in the history of our people. Onyendu will call it that our people has been emasculated. And I'm not making that statement to diminish who we are, because we are on that path, on the path of right of return. It is no easy task. When the imposition of foreign cultural philosophy and spirituality on a people will damage their belief system, and the imposition of foreign religion and education. Your education was not designed to make you any better. Your religion was not given to you to make you any better. How can somebody who destroyed your heritage, enslaved your people, gave you a history that you cannot inherit anything good on earth until you die. When you die, you go to heaven. But on earth, he is in heaven on earth. But you don't have to be in heaven on earth until you die. When you die, God will receive you in his heritage. And we believed it. I was watching a podcast where somebody, I don't remember his name, said, I find it hard to believe that Africans still trust us after all we did to them. I sat back and thought over it and asked myself, what has gotten into us? It's unbelievable. The greatest uphill task that we face as a people is the restoration of functional language, a viable inroad to researching and rewriting our history. When we think that somebody else who has killed, sold, and devalued who we are will write a favorable history that will lead us into the future, we are lying to ourselves. We have no power because knowledge is power. They give us sports, fights, sex, religion, and entertainment to keep us busy and distracted, while the masters rule and design our future and the future of our children. We are consistently being emasculated over time. The religion we inherited, the religion we practice, hasn't said anything encouraging to us, to our people. It is a very difficult time. Let me reiterate what Onyendu told us. I have said it on this program, that we are going to build Biafra for 75 years, day and night. How are we going to do that? With what language? With what tools? How are we going to do it? This is the question that keeps me awake at night. I look at my boys. Sometimes I look at them and I smile. I don't know. They don't know what. They ask, Daddy, why are you smiling? What is wrong? What's the matter? I said, nothing. I said, nothing. Then I ask myself, did I say nothing? we are in difficulty. The education they designed for us, what was it for? The education that will craft us to do the job of the masters. The guy, John D. Rockefeller, who designed education, said, I don't want people who think. I want workers. I want workers, not thinkers. I was talking to a group of young people of Biafran heritage. I asked them, what did you study? They told me, a young lady among them, I asked her, she told me, proudly told me she's a medical doctor. That was wonderful. The next question I asked her, how many years have you practiced? She said, 4 years. But she looked at me and said, but uncle, I am almost getting burned out. I said, why? It's a noble practice, a medical doctor. She told me I made a mistake. I said, why? She said, I should have studied nutrition before going to medical school. I leaned back on my chair. I said, who told you that? She told me she found out. I said, how old are you? She told me she's 26. I asked her, did you tell your father? She said, yes. What do you want to do? Do you want to go back and study nutrition with medicine? She said, I probably will. It's okay. Now that brings me to the point where I have to say, if you study medicine, or if your children are being shaped into going medical school, learn a lesson from this young lady who told me that she should have studied nutrition. If you're studying law, it's wonderful, it's great. But find out, but know that when you study law, you are an officer of the court. When you hire a lawyer to work for you, when your case conflicts with the state, you don't have a lawyer, because the lawyer goes with the state and not you. You are a client. Your lawyer is an officer of the court and not an employee. If I have to do what I've done over again, I probably would do it differently. I would study what would make me think and not be of service to an employer. If I have to do it over again, I probably will do what my father wanted me to do, study economics and specialize in econometrics. Maybe we have to look into that. The bottom line is, before I conclude, let us learn how to think. Let us start thinking. I can hear Onyendu making that statement over and over. We have to learn how to think. And when we start thinking, different things will start happening in our lives. And we will start looking at what happened to us. Can we do it differently? Of course. Of course. After all, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in detention in Nigeria. Not that it is what he wants to do, but he is there. And I can hear him still telling you, telling every Biafran, don't give up. Think. Think. And think. Ladies and gentlemen, please, this program will continue on Tuesday and Thursday. The right of return. I will indulge each and every one of you to help me develop this program. I think I have touched some areas that can help us have a leeway towards this program. Let us develop it and bring more into it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mazi. Thank you. Thank you, Mazi Emeka.
You're welcome.
And fellow comrades and lovers of freedom, we are about to wind down now as we all have listened to. We still have Madam Maya and Obonna. If you guys have any words of departure, please, can you say anything? If not, then we'll just wrap it up. Yeah. Madam Maya and Obonna are still in the studio. Does any of you have anything to say before we close? Before I give my own.
No, I don't have
Okay,
anything to say. Thank you
okay,
very
then.
much.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Amaz, yeah. So let's talk a little bit before we depart. I have to thank you this night, and I think it's afternoon in your own. It depends on where you're watching us from. It might be your morning, or afternoon, or night. This is Biafra Radio, and this is Biafra Radio USA 1. As you can see, your anchor is here, Mazi Emeka. And as you have listened to him, his rendition this evening was succinctly put. He has a clear vision of what he wants to bring on table. And I will indulge all of you to follow suit, because what we preach here is gospel of heaven. And like I said, is to redirect our people. Onyendu have taught us all. When we are students of Radio Biafra, we all learned a lot from our leader, but a lot of people have forgotten. That's why we need to go back and, do some, like we now go into sober reflection on why we are here. Why do we join this struggle 10 years ago? I heard of our leader's voice. So, and that continues. And we'll continue to be in a good part. Maz, remember that Tuesday is Onyendu's court day?
Yes.
So apparently I'm going to be holding program in the morning. I don't know when they're going to finish the court, but remember that I don't know, but you should be coming up like 3 o'clock. Is it 3 o'clock Biafran time? If I'm not mistaken, because it's here. So Tuesdays, it should be 3 o'clock. If I'm not mistaken, the time is toggling down there. Tuesdays and Thursdays is 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Eastern time, which is 9 p.m. Biafran time. Then okay, that's in the evening. That's fine. So yeah, we have enough time to do whatever you want to do. So we'll put up the flyer as well. So yeah, I think that's the most interesting thing. So like I said, everybody tonight is a great one. Thank you once again for the way you carry on tonight. Actually, lay your foundation. And I think it's very straightforwardly. Everybody that watch this program will understand there's a clear vision on where we are driving at this point in time. And what we want to do is to continue to educate our people. This is not saga. This is about the gospel of heaven, and we'll continue to guide our people. You know, when we see things that is not in the right path, it's our job to come out and debunk them, and we'll do that in a deeper platform. If something that is pertinent that we'll have to talk about here, we will do it as well. You know, because we're not shying away from the fact that the things that we'll have to confront them. So, like I've said, Mazi, Emeka, we thank you very much once again. And I think we will draw the curtain from here. So if you have any last word to say, just to close the program. If not, then I think we'll call it morning or afternoon from your own side. It's night here, my time. Is here now at 33 minutes on top of the hour, 10 p.m. here in UK, and presumably the same time in Holy Land of Biafra. If there's anything more you want to say, or should we go down and wind down the curtain? Let me know.
Yeah, Mazi, the Tuesday and Thursday programs is 5 p.m. Eastern time.
It's 5 p.m.
Yes, Eastern time, which is 4 p.m. our time. Remember, the schedule says
what that means.
4 to 5, yeah.
Yeah, 4 to 5. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
4 to 5. So you're 4 to 5. Yeah, that's 4 p.m. Eastern time. So that's 1 hour, which is 9 p.m. Biafran time. What I'm concerned about when you start and when you finish. Because when you say 4 to 5, that's 1 hour. So, but just put the time. It's 4 p.m. your own time.
What I was inferring,
time, you said.
What I was inferring is that it will be either 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern time.
Oh.
Yeah, 4 or 5. But
you
now
said
it's 5
p.m. We have to be specific on time. If it's 5 p.m., it's 4 p.m., then we'll know. Yeah. But it's fine. We'll talk about that off air. It's okay. It's not a problem. If there's any correction, we'll do it at the point. Anytime, just if you want to make an amendment, it's fine. You say 4. If it is 5, just let me know. We'll amend it. That's not an issue.
5 p.m. Eastern time, yeah.
Okay. So that's fine. All right. Thank you very much, Mazi. Thank you. Biafrans, this is our anchor here, Biafra Radio, USA 1, Mazi Emeka. And thank you, Mazi. Thank you
so much. Good night.
Yeah, so this is where we draw the curtain, fellow comrade. It's a lovely night, morning, afternoon, wherever I have a watch shot. This is Biafra Radio, and myself, and from me from here, good night from London. There we go, again.